Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be joining my friends Amanda, Jessica, and Kana in their Clone Wars challenge. This is a challenge that Amanda and Jessica came up with, and I'm so excited to be doing this with them because it's one of my favorite things they do on their channels. I tune into absolutely every single Clone Wars video that they put up. I really enjoy seeing them dupe their palettes, and I love seeing how creative they get with their dupes, and I'm really excited to be part of it. They asked me a couple of days ago, and I was so ecstatic to say yes. So there's a reason that 4 of us are doing it today, and that is because we are each duping out one of the palettes from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault. I am personally doing the Armed and Gorgeous palette. I can't remember the other ones that the other ladies are doing, but they will all be linked. Their channels will be linked in the description bar, so you can go check them out right after you finish watching my video. And yeah, I chose the Armed and Gorgeous palette because aside from the Dark Magic palette, I wanted that one, but I bought the Dark Magic because it was the only one that had like super unique shades to my collection. And just saying, I'm gonna be returning the Dark Magic palette because I don't like the quality at all. So yeah, enough with that. Let's get to the dupes. A lot of the dupes that I have are in palettes. A lot of them are singles, so let's just get into it. The first shade in that palette is the shade VIP, and it's just like a frosty shimmery white kind of color. The closest thing I could find in my collection, by the way, a lot of this stuff is just going to be the closest thing that I could find in my personal collection. I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be the exact same color, exact same undertone, nothing like that. It's just as close as I could possibly get. This isn't me trying to tell you like, oh, instead of buying this, you should buy this. This is me just looking through my own collection to realize that I don't need this palette, and hopefully inspiring you guys to do the same with what you already have. So anyway, the shade VIP is like a shimmery frosty white color. I would put up the palette in this video, but I'll show you guys the palette on my screen right now. This is what the palette looks like. I can't edit it into the video because my editing software is not that good. I will try to like put up a still picture of the palette if I can. But anyway, the shade VIP. I am duping that with the color Shimma Shimma from Makeup Geek. It's the closest thing that I personally have, and there we go. It's not as pearly white as VIP looks like it is, but it's the whitest shimmery color that I have in my collection. The second color is the color Access, and it's like a bright matte yellow color, and for that I'm going to be going in to my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I'm going to be going in with this yellow right here. It's a little bit brighter than what's in the Jaclyn Hill palette, I think, but it will do the job. So there is that yellow color right there. Now for the shade Guilt Trip. Guilt Trip is a little bit more of like a yellowy gold kind of color. So for that, I'm going to be using a single shadow, and I'm going to be using my Anastasia shadow in the color Peach Sorbet. It's another like really yellowy gold kind of color. These shadows are, not all of these shadows, but some Anastasia shadows are so crumbly. So there is Peach Sorbet. The next color after that is the shade Coin, which is just another gold. I would say it's more of a stronger gold. So the color I'm using for that is Untamed by Makeup Geek. And there is Untamed by Makeup Geek. After that is the color Agent. And Agent is more of like a mustardy brown color, I would say. So for that shade, I'm going to be going into my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. You can find a lot of dupes for her Vault palettes in her original palette. I'm going to be going into my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and I'm going to be going into this color right here. These shades do have names to them, but I lost like the little slip. But if you order a new one, the new palettes do come with the names on them. So yeah, there's that color. And the color After Agent is a matte green, which is why I wanted to dupe this palette. It's the color Top Secret, and it's just a really nice, beautiful matte forest green. And to dupe that, I'm going to be using a single shadow. I'm going to be using Team Captain from ColourPop. And here is Team Captain. I love this color so much. I just don't get to use it a ton, but it is really, really beautiful in the crease. Ugh. And even on the lower lash line, so pretty. So there is Team Captain. The next color after that is Smooth Criminal, and immediately I think of Michael Jackson. So for Smooth Criminal, the shade that I'm going to be using to dupe it is Fudge, because Smooth Criminal is more of like just a standard basic matte brown, and that's exactly what Fudge is to me. Fudge is like one of my favorite Anastasia shadows. There's Fudge. After that, we are going to dupe the color Secure, which is more of a bright orange color than, it's like kind of like the yellow, where it's a brighter orangey yellow kind of color, but it's more orange than yellow, if that makes any sense at all. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. So for that, I'm going to be going back into my BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm going to be going in with this orange color right here. And that is the orange from the BH palette. After that, we have the shade Prowl, which is just a dark matte brown color, a little bit darker than, what was the other color we duped? The other brown we duped was Smooth Criminal. It's a little bit darker than Smooth Criminal. So for that, I'm going to be using another single shadow. This is the ColourPop shadow in the shade Cloud 9. And there is Cloud 9 by ColourPop. And the last shade in the palette is the shade Classified. Classified is a little bit more of a bronzy shimmer with gold reflex in it, and honestly, as basic as that shadow sounds, I don't have a color that's like that. So I am just gonna have to go in with a brown shimmer, and for that I'm using my Emily Noel palette that she did with Makeup Revolution. This is the Want palette, and I'm going in with the color Capricorn right here, and that's the color I'm gonna have to use, because like, as basic as a bronze shimmer with gold reflex sounds, I don't have that. So we're gonna be going in with Capricorn, and there we have it. This is my recreation of the Armed and Gorgeous palette by Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how this came out, and I am very happy that I don't own the palette now, because looking at all of these colors, I own plenty of shades that are like this, aside from the ones that I just showed you guys. So I definitely did not need that palette. And honestly, with all the controversy surrounding the palette and my experience with the Dark Magic palette, I don't think I will be buying any more of the Vault palette. So there's that. So yeah, that is today's video. Thank you so much to Amanda and Jessica for inviting me to take part in this series with you guys. I had a lot of fun trying to look for dupes for this. I was literally sitting on the floor of my bedroom, pulling out all of my eyeshadow palettes and swatching everything, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for asking me to do this with you guys, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!